Hey, Comrade Show, wait, Comrade Lante Oriaki, like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show.
Yes, 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 yes. A very good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all our viewers across the world as we welcome you to another exciting, interesting, your loving program, The Comrade and Friends, the program that have been tagged our Sunday Tonic. Big welcome to you all as you join us today, June 12th, 2022. We're happy to have you. Please, you know the drill, you know the drift. Share this program. Don't watch it alone. Share, share, share. Both on our YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all our handles. Share this program because we have a lot package for today's program. But before I go further, my name is Dr. Tony Osakbawa Agbonsewafe. I'll be anchoring today's show, and I have in the house with me the other two musketeers. But before I bring them on, I just want to apologize on behalf of the team for us starting about 9 minutes behind schedule. We really apologize and we welcome you to today's show. So first, let me bring on the show my brother, the comrade CNC himself, Comrade Oriaki, to introduce himself and greet our people.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Tony Agmanserafe. God bless you, my brother. Yes, Nigerian people, greetings to you all. My name is Comrade Lamtek Mamusa Oriahi. I'm glad to welcome you to this session, the Comrade and Friends. And of course, it promises to be very exciting. Don't forget, today is June 12th, and this is actually Democracy Day. And the issue is, to this point, can we say we have a democracy? Is there hope for the future? Well, Tony is going to anchor the directors. Please don't forget, share, share, and share. That is the drill. That is the drift. Thanks for joining us. Yes, over to you, Dr. Tony.
Can we say we have a democracy on today's epic date, June 12th? We also have in the house our brother, the one who has nicknamed this program the Sunday Tonic. He's no other person than pharmacist Remembrance. My brother, greet our people.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tony Agbons. Yourself and Comrade, you are looking absolutely spectacular. To our viewers, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are in the globe. And also to quickly join Tony to apologize very quickly for starting some minutes behind schedule. Having said that, you are welcome to your darling program. Special one we'll call the Comrade and Friends. Like Comrade said, today is Democracy Day in Nigeria, and I believe in the course of this program today, we'll be talking a bit about it. Please remember the deal, share, don't touch that dial, and be ready to enjoy the program with us. God bless all of us, and I will say it in Bini, catabolically.
Thank you very much, my brother, and a very dependable ally, pharmacist Austin Agboje Iremira. Yes, our people, we are starting today's program on a very somber note. Like most of you would have been aware by now, in the early hours of Saturday, 11th of June, just yesterday, Edo State, we lost one of our music legends. Big loss. I'm talking of no other personality than the great ambassador Osayomore Joseph, the man with the sonorous voice, the high life maestro, and the social crusader. He has gone back to meet his maker. We are all mourning the loss of this great son of Edo State and Nigeria. And Africa is a global sensation who has touched and inspired so many lives with his music. So I'm coming to you, Comrade Lante Oriahi, Osayomore Joseph, the enigma. What do you have to say?
Bro, honestly, since I confirmed, the demise of Osayomore Joseph, I'm yet to actually recover. Because Osayomore is a man who actually, means so much to different persons, means different things to different persons. But everything he means is all good, depending on how close you are and to what extent your relationship with him, as a person is or was at the time. And so his passing actually personally impacted me because apart from his massive contributions to music, to development, art development, he was a social crusader. He was just more than just a person, So rather, I've been consoling myself with the idea that um, we have to transform the process from being a sober day or a sober process to some sort of celebration of life because the man has passed on. But I tell you, he's going to live forever, particularly, within within the entire structure of Edo State and Nigeria. Okay, Osayomore is not dead; he's alive. So I probably think that right now, what we should be doing as a people is to just celebrate him because I began to listen to his songs, listen to some of, I mean, in his heydays, his contributions, and all of that. And what was coming to my mind was that how can just one man have, all of these talent in him? Like, everything is a masterpiece. Bro, I just want to may his soul rest in peace, man. He
Amen.
lives on. He lives on.
Hmm. Hmm. Pharmacist Iramira.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tony Agbons. I just want to take off from where since he stopped. And before I say anything, to say that when a good man dies, he lives in the heart of men. And like it is said, to live in the heart of men is never to die. So I think our own ambassador, Osayomore Joseph, just transited. I want to join everyone on the Comrade Show to commiserate with Edo State and the family in particular for this very, very difficult loss. Especially to his son, who happened to be my contemporary in Uniben, talking of Dr. Amadi, Osayomore, and the other children. Having said that, democracy is tomorrow, but I want to lay this now. We have a time that we are going to die. But from information reaching us, since Osayomore Joseph was kidnapped some 24 months ago, he has been unstable and been unable to get back to his feet. Who knows? That could have contributed in a large way for his early exit. Although God decree when we are going to die, but that's a contributing factor. So we can then say Nigeria, in some sense, have failed a man who gave so much for Nigeria. Unknown to many, Ambassador Osayomore Joseph was a change agent. Even before we begin to talk about women equality, Osayomore Joseph saw it. Hence, that lovely legendary music so many years ago tagged "Give Women the Chance." And of course, at that time, there were very few women holding positions in high places. And that Osayomore's song set the tone and begin to change it. And even the topic we're going to talk about today, June 12th and democracy, if you go back to his songs, they were all relics of vision that these great men saw. I'm also
If you listen to my story, if you like them, thank you. If you go first, you vote for sister. You get sister, you get auntie. If you dey vex, you vex for your wife. You get your wife, you get your mama. Every day na man. Give woman a chance. Every day na man for we country. Give woman a chance. Every day na man. Give woman a chance. Every day na man for we country. Give woman a chance. Na so man for everything for we country. Na so man for everything for we country. We go try to find the way. Oh. We go try to find solution for we problems. We go try to find the way. Oh. If you no want make your mama rule, me I want make my mama rule. Oh. Since 1960, Nigeria got our independence. They hand over to Biro. Biro and paper they go together. When they tire, Kaki take over from Biro. Kaki and gun they go together. Wuru wuru oh every day. Lai lai oh every day. Runny runny oh every day. Tiffy tiffy oh every day. Who to blame? You go like to know. Who to blame? You go like to know. Who they run? You go like to know. Who they run? You go like to know. One thing the way they vex me.
Thank you so much, Comrade. That was a very beautiful interlude, and it speaks more of this enigma. Like I was saying, I know I will have more time to talk about him, but I just want to say that Edo State in the last 1 year, they are losing a very big musical library. Absolutely. Only a few months ago was the death of Sir Victor Waifo. There was another legendary musician that died some 3 weeks ago.
Osula.
Osula. Like it is said, elders are repository of knowledge and wisdom. And the music industry in Edo State, indeed, the whole of Bende State is beginning to lose them. I hope and pray that government and people and even family members will keep their memories on, because the young ones need to learn from what these men contributed. Their music were not just songs. They were like they had divine intervention with God, and they came to Mother Earth to let us know. Not the music of nowadays, not to say that they are not sweet, but those ones from these legendary musicians were baited with wisdom, they were baited with vision, they were messages that it's like we left heavens to come and deliver the message on earth. May his gentle soul rest in peace. And may God grant courage to his immediate family and the power to bear this very irreparable loss.
Let them look at me like something. Mama me, I owe you. I owe you. Mama me, I owe you something. I owe you. Mama me, I owe you. I owe you. Mama me, I owe you something. I owe you. What do you owe me, my piggy? I owe you. What do you owe me, my dear? I owe you. Mama, I must say I'm money. Money, 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 not be everything. Money, money, not be everything. Respect and love for you every day. Sorry. Respect and love for you every day. Number two, a better position. Better position for you, mama. Better position for you, mama. We go be Mother's Day. We be Mother's Day. Authority, oh mama. Authority, oh mama. Play for me. Give up. Oh, people like their flow. Oh, no, like them.
Wow. Legendary, iconic Ambassador Osayomore Joseph. Like my brother, pharmacist Remembrance have said, this great man has left his footprint on the sand of time. And in view of that, before we play his next song, I just want to give credit to info.nigeriatv.com for this bio and profile of Osayomore Joseph, so that just to refresh the memory of most of us. Osayomore Joseph was born in Ura village in Edo State on October 29, 1952. He began his music career as a member of the Nigerian Army Officers Mess Band when he was 19 years old. He honed his flute and guitar talent while in the band. In 1976, Osayomore Joseph branched out and began publishing his own music inspired by Sir Victor Waifo, Fela Anikulapo Kuti, and King Sunny Ade. He returned to Benin to pursue his career, which was gaining traction among Edo people in Benin after releasing many albums between 1976 and 1979. He combined contemporary popular music, funk, Afrobeat, and highlife with Edo traditional songs and rhythm. His funky, percussion-heavy beat won him followers all over Nigeria, as well as increasing population of people in the United States and Europe and other parts of the world. In the early 1980s, Osayomore Joseph had a string of regional singles, including Efewedo, Ororo Not the Fate, and Soja Go, Soja Come. Between 1980 and 1985, Osayomore returned to Benin and gained success with a string of fan favorite tunes. Nigeria was transitioning towards a protracted period of military dictatorship at the time of this success. The people's social and economic life were disrupted by tough austerity measures and political upheaval, to the point where even artists like Osayomore Joseph began to use his music to comment on the situation. In the early 1990s, Osayomore Joseph responded to the political climate of that time with a series of critical songs, including Truth, Teacher. Osayomore had always kept his criticism mostly oblique until General Ibrahim Babangida annulled the results of the democratic election of June 12th, which should have brought popular candidate MK Abiola to office. However, with his album, June 12 is God's Mandate, he made a bold stance. Baba Nawa is the title of his song, and in that song, he described the then military president as evil, the original criminal, and the father of all calamities. That was a bold statement by Osayomore Joseph. His denunciation of corruption and injustice in songs like Son of a Thief, Army of Freedom, and especially Baba Nawa earned him global acclaim and love. In October 2017, Osayomore Joseph was kidnapped immediately after a performance at the Palace of the Oba of Benin. He was held captive for 30 days, after which he was released. And since then, he has battled with health issues, and he finally went to be with his maker yesterday morning, June 11, 2022. From us here, the stable of the Comrade Show, we say adieu. Bon voyage, Osayomore Joseph. Now, Comrade Lante Ikponsa Oriahi.
I want to remember you today and every other day. These fallen heroes of all time. Major Saku, where are you today? Hello, hello, hello. You died for Nigeria to free us from hunger, starvation, and suffer. Do you know that nothing still has changed today? Hello, hello, hello. Major Osagu, where are you today? Hello, hello, hello. You die for Nigeria to save us from hunger, starvation, and suffer. Do you know that nothing still has changed today? Hello, hello, hello. Almost 40 years now. The year 2005. Where Major Kaduna Nzogu fought and died for we Nigerians. But the one will pay me too much respect up till we are talking now. Nothing has changed. Do you know that nothing still has changed today? Hello, hello, hello.
Nothing has changed. Comrade, take it from there.
You know, earlier we did describe Osayomore, apart from just being a musician, was a social crusader. He was a complete patriot, one who fought, for a better Nigeria. And it's sad to say that up until he left this world, he didn't see the Nigeria he was fighting for. He didn't see the promise of the Nigeria he was fighting for. The Nigerian dream that he fought for did not get actualized. But, I don't think it's coincidental that Ambassador Osayomore Joseph had to die yesterday, and today is Democracy Day, and we are talking about him. This was a man who made so much statements about democracy and the need for dividends of governance to reach the people. So I don't think it's coincidental, and I believe very strongly, looking at it from some spiritual angle, that the coincidence between Osayomore's demise yesterday, today being June 12th, and the obedience of a lot of Nigerians today, it's symbolic. It means that Osayomore is a man who saw the promised land. Even though he's not going to go into the promised land, he is sure that we as a people we will get to the promised land. And that is a huge symbolism. That is why I believe very strongly that we should celebrate this man, because he did not only see, he worked very hard for it to ensure that we get to where we are now. And today I can tell you, Osayomore left yesterday, but whatever it is, he's seeing that we, Nigerian people, we are marching towards the promised land already. And so this symbolism is precious. We need to guide it. We need to be encouraged, more galvanized, to ensure that our obedience will lead us to that Nigeria of our dream, that the true promise of the Nigerian state will be realized in this generation and generations after. Thank you, my brothers.
Our obedience will lead us to a new Nigeria that we desire. Great words there by Comrade Lamte Ponsa Oriahi. Pharmacist Remembrance, I'm coming over to you now. Just listening to that song, I felt pain in my heart because nothing has changed. And people like Osayomore Joseph, all his life, they fought for justice, fairness, equity, a just and egalitarian society, which we are still fighting today. So I want us to now bring it home. Let's bring it home. Today is June 12th. And it is June 12th and its aftermath that led us to the democracy we are having today. And for somebody like me, without apologies to anybody, I still believe that what we are having now is civil rule. We haven't reached it yet. Lamte, Comrade Oriahi just mentioned that some of the songs that people like Osayomore Joseph sang is what is leading us to the obedience of today. Underline, my brother, the obedience of today. I want you to decode that obedience of today. Where do we go from here? Nigeria, Democracy Day.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tony Agbons. Maybe at this point, one will want to say we want to thank the President of Nigeria for making June 12th Democracy Day, because we all know the history. From 1993, all our leaders before never recognized that. And thank God June 12th has been made Democracy Day. But Tony Agbon, CNC, and our viewers, I want to tell you something just to put this in perspective, taken from where Komelante posited. You see, the unique thing about June 12th is when it happened, most of us talking now were teenagers, roughly between 14, 15, 16, 17 years. So now, those people born around that time, 30 years, June 12 will be 30 years tomorrow. We are now taking the place in the right position. Hence, the issue of obedience and changing the narrative will come to fruition properly next year, when June 12 will be 30 years since it happened. It's 29 years today. And it's very fitting, my dear viewers and people, that next year, hopefully, when obedience has metamorphosed to obedience and obediogram in 2023, we would have seen a massive change. And June 12 will be 30 years. That will be a very important birthday, a very important celebration, and a gift card to the likes of Osayomore Joseph, who sang and gave up their time and energy to see that we go in the right direction. I don't think it's just a miracle. I think history, Dr. Tony Agbons, is about to set in. Everybody willingly are listening and acting up on this clarion call to change the narrative. Has anything changed in June 12th? One would argue to a small percentage. But in terms of leadership, we are still in, at best, what you would describe, with no apology to anybody, civil rule. And looking at those making waves now, you will see that it has just been a change from an agbada to another militarization in terms of money, in terms of wealth, in terms of position, in terms of nepotism. How? I hope and pray that next year we will just turn the tide. That, to me, would give a very good meaning to what June 12th will be. June 12th is still in limbo, just flying around. He has not found a place to ash yet. But I believe and I trust the Nigerian youths who were 0 years then, now 29 and 30. And for those of us that were teens, now actively chasing our 50. In the next 10 years, some of us will not be so relevant again. So you see that the time has really come. So we are now aware the Nigeria that they used to know is not what we know. Everybody is trying to change that narrative. I would say the best birthday that we can give to MKO and family, the likes of Osayomore Joseph and many more, is to turn that tide and be strictly obedient. And if there's any adjective whatsoever that we can use to describe that, that should be. So, just to answer the question, Dr. Tony Agbons, nothing has changed. I hope that the step towards changing starts today and will materialize come May 29th, 2023, when June 12th will just be 2 weeks away to make it 30 years. But the big question is, these people, will they allow us? But once we decide and the change is organic, allow, they must, take, we must, and move, like you always say, we must move.
Absolutely.
We must move. Comrade, I'm coming to you now. But before I do that, I just want to, I don't know if you have any other song queued up, because I'm just looking forward to when you play any other Osayomore song. It's so nostalgic for me and for a lot of our viewers who are watching, because Osayomore Joseph, Sonny Okosun, Victor Waifo, Fela Anikulapo Kuti, those are the songs we were listening to when we were growing up. You know,
I think it's instructive, sir. You know,
Yeah.
to apart from every other thing, though, these are the things that quietly we may not talk about too much. Osayomore left a lot of. He did not leave a gap. He left a lot of symbols. his children are very they are going to feel his shoes very well. You understand what I'm saying? And that is hope that this man did not just go. He left a lot of seeds that we germinate, very strongly. And of course, his impact will continue because his legacies are already, born in a lot of people. And that is why I'm going to play this particular song. He was in the car with his own son, and his own song was playing, and the song was singing along. I saw it earlier today. I just loved it. I'm sure you will like it.
The legend.
And that was the legend himself sitting right there.
Sitting right there beside his son.
His song was booming from in the car, and his son is singing.
Wow. There's this son of his, Uriri. We finished from the same department back in the day university. He was my very good friend. He's in the US now, I think, and he's doing very well for himself. He did some remix, of Osayomore's one of Osayomore's songs, and I loved it, and I just thought to myself that yes, this man gave birth to seeds that definitely will do well, and of course give this generation something to talk about and enjoy. Let's enjoy this.
O amagunle yo bomo yen omo riri o ida mi leno yo giso o amagunle yo bomo yen o riri o. Somo no me higo oye no mami popo mono koyepe isele no más de somo no me higo oye no mami popo wano koyepe isele ita omo ya go berane o wendia o.
Wow, that song you just stopped it. I'm like, wow, that is in the DNA. Oriri.
Oh yeah,
representing Joseph. That's the song.
Absolutely, I tell you.
Like you said, comrade, he has left his seed, and who definitely carry on.
Absolutely.
So he's a legend. And sometimes, like we were talking about Savito Waifo the other time, it's very hard for some of us to refer to somebody like Osayomore in the past tense because they live on. Legends don't die.
Yeah.
A lion has gone to Zion.
Absolutely.
He just gone to comrade, how do we call that? Elysium.
Elysium, yes.
Elysium. He just
and he's keeping his feet off the ground.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Elysium. He's keeping his feet off the ground.
Absolutely.
Goloring. It's even just when you hear the voice of Oriri just now, it's just like also hearing the father.
Yeah.
I know you've got something more. So, but Lamte, we are bringing it home. It home. Yeah. Obediency, obedient, obidified. That is the song we are talking today. And I was very young in 1992 when we had the election of Chief MKO Abiola.
Oh yes.
And then the election was annulled, subsequently by General Babangida. We are in a new season now. Election is coming.
Yes.
How do we get everybody to be obedient? PVC registration. Comrade, I want you to talk about this issue because looking at records, we see that a lot of Nigerians, they don't like to register, probably due to apathy, but we are seeing that changing. From what we are seeing, from what we are hearing, from words we are getting from the street. My brother, talk on this matter. PVC registration. What do you have to
Uh,
say?
First and foremost, Tony, I want to assure our viewers and
Hmm,
everybody that where we are right now, it's the movement is inevitable
hmm,
because the nation has been so bastardized,
hmm,
and the bad things we can talk about concerning Nigeria, the issues have risen to a crescendo, and that it's inevitable. I spoke with somebody yesterday. He's a member of one of the other party, that PDP or APC, I can't remember. And he was telling me boldly that Peter Obi's movement will expire in less than 3 months.
hmm,
When he mentioned that, I laughed and I told him, I said, in 3 months, nobody will be bold enough in this country to talk about any other candidate apart from Peter Obi. Like, it would be a shame on anybody to talk about Tinubu or Atiku in 3 months. Contrary to what he's thinking, that this movement is going to rise to that level where it will be a thing of pride. It has already is today for people to quickly come out and proudly say they are supporting Peter Obi. In 3 months, nobody in Nigeria will be we have the effrontery to come up publicly and say, I am supporting a PDP candidate or I'm supporting an APC candidate, because this movement will be that overwhelming. It's not because of anything, because things have risen to a boiling point, and Nigerians are now reacting. I saw a post yesterday on somebody's wall, and I felt that was very instructive. And I'm going to do a message on that, particularly to friends of ours, Nigerians that have been advocating for Biafra. Okay, and some of them are still very much in denial, trying not to recognize that there is a positive movement, in Peter Obi's movement. And this person told this social media influencer, he said, so you guys really think, in his words, that Peter Obi will be president of zoo? They normally describe Nigeria as zoo. And the social media influencer responded and said, no, we are not just working for him to become the president of zoo. We are working for him to take us out of the zoo and take us into a land where we can describe ourselves as human beings. And I thought that was very instructive in itself. So a lot is going to happen, my brother. I tell you that they are just inevitable, okay, as it is right now, because the breadth of everybody in this country, the thinking of everybody in this country, the everything about everybody in this country is that we need a change of direction. We need a new Nigeria, and this movement represents, okay, that ideology of a new Nigeria. You understand what I'm saying now? So it is because things are big. I mean, we just said just now that remotely, overtly or whatever. Osayomore Joseph did not just die his death. He was killed by Nigeria. Okay, his death, was facilitated by his days of trauma when he was kidnapped. And coming back from, kidnapped after that long period of time and all of that, the ordeal and every other thing, he did not recover himself anymore. Until so at the end of the day, when you look at it in every sense, this man was killed by Nigeria. But I still believe very strongly that we have a God who is listening to the voices of the multitude of Nigerians killed by Nigeria that are calling for justice. And the only true justice we can get is the justice that we can get through this movement that will further redirect Nigeria to a new Nigeria where Nigerians, can be hopeful that yes, we are now steering the ship of state in the proper direction that will guarantee peace, freedom and stability for Nigerian people. So obedience is the key. If you have not gotten your PVC, please go and get your PVCs. And I can tell you, the record is already there that never in the history of this country has any INEC ever registered multitude of Nigerians as it is right now. And the people you see queue for PVC right now, they are not queuing for PVC, fighting for PVC because they just love to vote. Everybody is doing it because they want to be obedient.
Thank you.
And so that itself is highly symbolic and it is the way to go.
Thank you very much, Comrade Lamptey. I'm going straight very quickly to Pharmacist Iremira. One of our viewers, in fact, two of our viewers, I just want to read, I wrote it down here. Wilson Idemudia, he was talking about Osayomore Joseph. He said, in spite of the sacrifices of many notable Nigerians, nothing has changed, and it pains me to the bone. That aside. And then our sister, Princess Anne-Marie, she put here, she said, people are saying that Peter Obi lacks structure on ground. Pharmacist Remiran, this matter is a serious matter. I want you to hammer on this particular question.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tony Agbons, for directing that very wonderful question to me. Just before I answer, I want to quote the words of Victor Hugo, a poet and a novelist, I think from French or France, who said, "No force on earth can stop an idea whose time has come." And for our people that think that there is no structure, I think the number one structure that Peter Obi has got is APC, All Progressive Congress. The second structure that he has got is PDP, People's Democratic Party. And the third and largest structure that he has got is me and you, fellow Nigerians. It is the failure of this three strand that has brought us to where we are. The third did not participate because we. But PDP and APC have led us to where we are. And when you are running for any political office, it is always said, to have a naive foreigner or a party coming before you that has done so badly, they automatically become your campaign manager. The seat of campaign resident on APC and PDP, their failure has exposed to fellow Nigerians that we no longer need structure, that we are the structure. So I think this is going to be the game that the big people, the elite, so to speak, will play to the minds of our people, just to discourage us, not to take the gauntlet, get our PVC, and come out on that day to fight. The structure is the Nigerian people. It is even good for an OB not to have an established structure per se, but to have the people. And when he has the people, the structure is there. I was discussing with a friend today that I would even like a situation where the entire House of Senate and the House of Rep is all in opposition. And he said, why? I said, that would be good for an OB candidacy and OB presidency. You know why? OB will refuse to pad budget. He will refuse to do what they want to do. He will be talking directly to the masses and the Nigerian people. And because of that, they cannot and will not even think of any impeachment. The structure we have now is we, the people. Enough of this deceit. Enough of this threat. Fellow Nigerians, all of us are the structure of President Obi, Gregory, Peter Obi. In your family, you are the structure for Obi. In my family, I'm the structure for Obi. In my church, I'm the structure for Obi. In my community, I'm the structure for Obi. And you know why this structure is good? It is rooted on organism, not on money. We are not delegates. We've not been welfarized. We've not been embodied financially. It is an organic thinking
Structure.
And I want to tell all of us today, mark my words, I think by May 2023, when Obi takes office, to the shock of many people, he's going to get the largest number from the north. They won't divide us anymore by religion. They won't divide us anymore by ethnicity. This is their game. And like what Comilante said, that in 3 months, that will just be the time that Obi will be taking off. It's going nowhere. The movement is no longer in the hands of Obi. Obi is just the arrowhead. We, the people, are the ones that are going to take this. So, to Princess Anne-Marie, please, you are the structure for Obi. I don't know him. I've never met him, but I am the structure. In my house, in my small confine where I find myself, they will tell us stories to discourage us. But please don't be discouraged. Not to be part of this movement is not to do anything. And like you always say in this platform, it's always good to say you died in this place than to say they cannot find your body to know where you died. If we are paid, if we are worried that we have bad road, if we are worried with bad governance, this is just the time. And I rest my case by encouraging all of us. Let us be PVCized so that we can obediently take obedience to another level. And I tell you, it will be the starting block for Nigeria progress. Young, dynamic, educated, effective, pan-Nigeria, willing to take the gauntlet and set us on the flames of fire.
You want to take call?
Yes, please take the call, but very brief. 90 seconds.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Please speak a bit louder.
Okay. My name is Dr. Kumo. I'm calling from Abuja, the United Arab Emirates.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. You see, this thing they talk about structure. These are coded words. These political parties over the years have always perfected rigging process. And you know they are the same people. APC to PDP, they have crisscrossed all over. Only a few of them have been steadfast in one of the political parties. The structure they reflect to the problem of their rigging machinery. See, everybody tends to think they are thinking about, of course, they have people everywhere. They are represented in remote places, communities where they have their party. In a normal setting, you think that's what is required. Then what they do with this is rigging. So as far as they are concerned, Obi doesn't have that yet. It looks as if it cannot pick up for him. That's how it is. So, and you know, a lot of people always carry on these political jargons all the time. Talking. These are also political talks because most of our people were going to we're not participating. But now, INEC have never conducted an election like they are going to conduct 23. They've never done that yet. They're between election about 24 million people, 25 million people maximum. They are talking about election they are going to have about 80 to 100 million voters.
Now, yes.
And because the minority has been elected for us, imagine 24 million people electing president for 200 million.
Yes.
It's always gone their way. But when the 80 to 100 million people are going to vote, it's not going to be the same music anymore. So the structure thing is just one of those jargons that people talk about. But if you ask them, they can't tell exactly what it means. It's simply they are rigging machinery. It won't work this time.
Thank you very much, sir. Are you obedient?
I'm obified, also obedient.
God bless you, sir. It's very important we know that.
Yeah, Dr.
So that we know who our friends are.
You hear what the doctor from United Arab Emirates said. He said he's obified towards and obedient. Yeah, that's a very good one. And for sake of figures, for some of us who work with figures, and I think, Comrade Lante, you have said this in some of your broadcasts in the last few days. Pharmacist Remidan, you have been hammering on that all through today. In the 2019 election, I said this last week, President Buhari got 15,191,847 votes. That was the vote he used to win in the 36 states of Nigeria and Abuja. Who said an Obi cannot get 30 million votes? And with the
as a matter of fact, within the last 1 month, I think people that have registered because of Obi, they're already getting close to 10 million.
10 million, yes, from records available to us. So, people who have never voted, I have spoken to people, I've been talking to people on ground across Nigeria, and they are saying that they are registering because of obedience.
Oh, yes. Today, I spoke with Labour Party chairman in Edo State. people don't, I just want to add some bite to this structure matter. I was speaking with him because people have reached me because of our program, the Comrade Show. A number of persons have reached me. It is now normally about 9 persons that have volunteered in their own units to use their houses, okay, as World Meeting Center. Today, I spoke with the Labour Party chairman in Edo State, seeking his permission to give his number to this person so I can reach him directly so that they can, put all of these things together. From Onwa, somebody called. From Benin City, Ovia Northeast, somebody called. 2 people from Ovia Southwest, so people called. You understand what I'm saying now? And so, the issue of structure, when Obi was asked, Obi said, the 100 million Nigerians that are living below poverty level, they will be the structure. The members of ASU that are not receiving wages right now, that are on strike, they will be the structure. The Nigerian students who are suffering, who know when to enter the tertiary institution, but they don't know when they are going to leave, they will be the structure. The families of victims of terrorism, of Boko Haramism, of all of these vices, of what's it called? The other one they call Fulani, Hesme, and all of that. They will be the structure. So at the end of the day, the issue of structure, it is a face-buying ideology by those who just peddle it. Because right now, there is no hiding place. We are confronted with the reality of the time. Nigerians are moving en masse. As a matter of fact, some people that have been bothered wondering what will happen in the north. Let me give you a glimpse of what is already happening in the northern part of Nigeria. Take a look. So what you have seen now, that is in the northern part of Nigeria and many more. So at the end of the day, a common problem they say call for common concern. Okay? Whether you are a northerner, you are a southerner, you are westerner, wherever you are from, we have all confronted the same problems over the years. And right now, we are resenting the problems. We are saying that we need a new Nigeria. And the only candidate on the field today, across all the political parties, that is new, that is in fact incorruptible, that has no case with the EFCC, that has not been part of this family of corruption in PDP and APC, the same old story, that has not been part of the same, the status quo, is Peter Gregory Obi. So if you don't believe right now, believe and quickly join this particular structure. You are the structure, I am the structure, we are all the structure. And these microstructures that we have, when you put them together, they become a mountain. They become a movement that nobody can resist. To Aso Rock, and again, I want to say this very importantly, this is symbolic. Peter Gregory Obi is going to Aso Rock because upon this rock, I will build something. Peter is rock and he's going to Aso Rock. My brother, my sister, forget about structure. Do your bit, we will do our bit. Peter Obi will do his bit and he will be in Aso Rock. And Nigeria will become a new Nigeria.
Wow. Epic. Great deposition there from both of you, Comrade Oriahi and Pharmacist Remira. Obedience, the Bible says, is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the voice of ram. We cannot be screaming all the time, complaining about bad governance, and an opportunity comes like this, and we allow it go by. Nigerians, we call on you. Go get your Peter's Victory Card, PVC. Peter's Victory Card. Go and get yours. Go for it. Go for it so that you can be part of this history. This movement that is flowing around the land. This is going to be a political tsunami never seen before. In the east, in the south, in the west, and in the north of Nigeria. Be part of history. Don't sit on the fence. Because, like someone said, if we miss this obedience of 2023, Our next chance is going to be 2031. That will be 8 years' time. So let us be wise. Like it's often said, a word is enough for the wise. And I want to say this as we are rounding off today's show. The great South African activist Stephen Biko once said that the greatest weapon in the hand of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. I take it again. The greatest weapon in the hand of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. Nigerian people, let us free ourselves from mental slavery. Let us free ourselves from the theory of our vote don't count. Let us free ourselves from the theory of it doesn't have structure. Let us free ourselves from the theory of money-backed politics. Let us free ourselves from the theory of, now this person give me money, now this person I go vote for. There is no free freedom anywhere. This is our chance. Let us be obedient and vote in the right candidate. Somebody who knows what it takes to have good governance in place. We are rounding up. Pharmacist Remira, I'll come to you first. Osayomore Joseph, the legend. A lion has gone to Zion. Nigeria, opportunity has come for us to right the wrongs. Marrying these two together, what is your summary, my brother? Especially today, that is June 12th.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tony Agbons. I think your anchorage today has been absolutely taken away. To our viewers, Nigerians across the globe, thank you for staying with us. I want to say again, may the gentle soul of this gentle giant that has gone to be with the Lord continue to find peace and rest. And may God grant courage to the family and the fortitude to bear this very irreparable loss. I will end by saying that the cry, the seed that Ambassador Joseph Osayomore planted is already growing and will grow to being blossom, hopefully next year when Peter Obi will take the saddle as the president of our great country. To our people, I don't just want you to shout Obi, I want you to get your PVC. Dr. Tony Agbons has put it very apt. That is the only way. That is the only structure that we have. Enjoy the rest of the day. Stay out of trouble. And please be obediently obedient.
Go on, comrades. Your summary.
Yes,
Then
fellow
I'll run.
Nigerians, we are in a defining moment. History beckons on us. We are faced with challenges never before seen in the history of this country. A lot of people have died because the center can no longer hold. Because the current leadership of this country promised Nigerians a lot, and none of the promise made have been fulfilled. Rather, Nigeria has retrogressed several years back. If the status quo continues, and it's bound to continue with APC and PDP, it therefore means that in a few years, we may not have a country to call our own. But we thank God there's a leeway, there's a window that is opened. And that window is opened in the Peter Obi's movement. Today we are celebrating the life of Osayomore Joseph and looking at some of his prophecies and some of the fight he picked to ensure that we have a better Nigeria. It is no coincidence, like I said earlier, that his own passing is coinciding with this time that we are in right now. And therefore, because this is divine, we have no excuse not to take advantage of this movement. If you have not gotten your PVC, please go and get your PVC. In some places, they are going to disrupt because you know what is coming. But don't despair. Don't be scared. Go again. If it's not convenient in one place, go to a place where it is convenient. Because everything about us as a people depends on it. Let us change this narrative. It is not the change that will happen by one man. It is change that will happen by our collective efforts. And that is why we are out here doing what we are doing. Even beyond the talk we are talking, we are making so much movement. There's a lot you can do. I am glad that with our effort, a lot of people have been inspired. And some people that have been inspired are equally inspiring others. So if you are there on the sideline, undecided, take a decision right now because we have a nation to save. And I can tell you that in 2023, when Peter Obi becomes president of Nigeria, Osayomore Joseph, wherever he is, and of course, great heroes like him that died fighting to see that we have a better Nigeria, they will be more at peace in heaven. Let's do this for the sake of the heroes that have passed, for the sake of the heroes that are to be born, and of course, for the sake of the heroes that are alive today. You are a hero. We are all heroes. So long as we put our efforts together to ensure that this comes to pass, and truly we shall celebrate that truly the government of the people, by the people, and for the people is living in Nigeria. Let's do that for once and give ourselves that victory. God bless you, and may God bless Nigeria.
Thank you.
Make Comrade show way. Comrade Lante Oriake. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show.
Yeah.
Are you a business owner? Do you make your own products? This is your best opportunity ever. Register your brand now with the first and largest marketplace promoting Nigerian-made products. Get access to over 17 million shoppers and customers currently in need of your products. Download on Google Play Store now to register or visit ekioja.com. Focus on creating your passion. Leave the marketing to us.
Thank you, Comrade Lante. Thank you so much. Our viewers, you can share this broadcast. Share it, even for those who have missed it. We'll all see you again next week. Have a nice week ahead. Bye from us.
Comrade show way. Comrade Lante Oriake. like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Commerce Show.